There we go.
Wow.
There we go. There we go.
Drives it to the front of the net.
Oh, Seaball, go home. I'm sorry, man. That was, you got to pack up the gear.
I've been told I'm sleeping on the couch tonight.
Oh, come on. Get
Canner.
fancy on me. How the hell do you pull off that move?
What's going on, Sportsnet's fans? Welcome back for another installment of the Sportsnet Bracket Challenge powered by EA Sports NHL 20. And finally, the time has arrived for the quarterfinal matchups. And welcome my co-host, Sean McKenzie.
Paul, 8 competitors have been shown the door, 8 remain. That means that there are 8 still in the running for that $10,000 prize that they'll get to donate to a charity of their choice. Now, it started off $50,000 in total. That money courtesy of Sportsnet, EA Sports, Sony, Midas, and Skip the Dishes. Everybody will ultimately get to donate something to the charity of their choice, but that winner gets 10 racks.
Well, let's go over these quarterfinal matchups. We got Evander Kane taking on Aaron Ambrose, Zach Aston-Reese going against Ryan Kesler, Jordan Binnington against Steve Dangle, and last but not least, the voice of the game, James Cybulski against probably the heavy favorite, Zach Werenski.
Yeah, I got to say right now, Zach Werenski has to be the favorite, especially considering he's going up against James Cybulski, the most hated man in the world right now, especially amongst our bosses. What was he thinking beating out Roman Josi, one of the biggest names in the bracket, one of those handsome men in the NHL? James Cybulski, feel shame.
That's a career killer. And looking at these other matchups, I think Zach Aston-Reese going against Kesler is a coin toss. Some fine players there. And I think that Aaron Ambrose came in mighty feisty in that first round. She's going to give Evander Kane a big run for his money. And I got Jordan Binnington over Steve Dangle for sure. Binnington, he's been playing this game quite a while.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. I think Steve Dangle might see the door, much like James Cybulski. I'm very anti-media. I don't understand it.
Well, that does it. We're going to send it to break, and we'll be back with Ryan Kesler taking on Czar, Zach Aston-Reese.
Played like a prick, and
Are we talking about me? I didn't even hear the question.
Yeah.
I heard played like a prick, and I'm like, oh, they got to be talking about me.
The Sportsnet Bracket Challenge is played on EA Sports NHL 20. Stay safe and play together. Play like the pros. Check out the PS4 Competition Center for tips, tricks, and insider content. Visit compete.playstation.com.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Sportsnet Bracket Challenge powered by EA Sports NHL 20. Coming up, our very first quarterfinal. It's a great matchup. Zach Aston-Reese taking on Ryan Kesler. Now this should be a good one, and there is, as we mentioned before, a lot on the line. A combined $50,000 in total. Everyone who takes part in the Bracket Challenge will ultimately get to donate something to charity, but the person who goes on to win it all gets to donate $10,000 to the charity of their choice. Zach, I'll start with you. Remind us what charity you have chosen and are playing for.
as far as where my money's going, it's going to be going to the newly formed Hockey Diversity Alliance.
And you, Ryan?
The Hockey Diversity Alliance. Like I said last time, it's we all know what's going on in the world, and the guys that started this is, you know, it's important that we listen and we learn, and I think they're doing the right thing.
Ryan, do you think your magic will keep going here? You're going up against a young guy that's pretty good at these things. Think you can ride this one out?
I'm just hoping I remember how to play.
You said
I
that
played
last
since
time.
last game. I haven't played since last game, so I forgot. I mean, mine's not what it used to be.
Every guy that comes on here is just sandbagging, something Biz knows a lot about, but I never played. I don't know how to play this thing.
Yes, I actually didn't get a chance to ask you in the first game of this Sportsnet Bracket Challenge, but when Matt Sundin got to Vancouver, you actually got a chance to play with him, and I believe you were his line mate, right?
Yeah, that was kind of a surreal experience. I've never seen a guy protect the puck for like 2 minutes in the zone just by sticking his ass out. He taught me a lot. Just talking to him, being on the line, just honestly, I'm pumping his tires, but just seeing how he carried himself. Ah, come on.
Simmer.
Yeah. So it was cool. He helped me a lot, like I said.
Actually, Kes, funny story. My first NHL game was part of the World Premier Games over in Sweden, and we played at the Globe. And we were playing against the Ottawa Senators, so they were packed with Swedes as well, Danny Alfredson and the rest of the crew. And ceremonial face-off, Matt Sundin comes out, 10-minute standing ovation for him, and that was my first NHL experience, and it was unbelievable. I have goosebumps just thinking about it.
The Midas Check-In. Because when you're ready, your car should be too.
Hi folks, it's Brian Burke joining you from Toronto. I'm here to talk about Zach Aston-Reese and Ryan Kesler, two good American hockey players. Zach I don't know well, but I liked watching him play when he was at Northeastern. Saw a lot of them on video, really admire the coach there, and Zach was part of turning that whole program around. And Coach Madigan's done a great job there. I drafted Ryan Kesler. One of my better drafts, actually, in a time when I had a couple of bad ones around him. And then, of course, I had Kess as a player. So, and I've had him with the Olympic team as well. So welcome both guys. I'm pretty sure, Zach, you're the only NHLer from Staten Island. I'm pretty sure I'd be willing to bet money on that. But you guys are playing off against some pretty good gamers, and I'm not sure how to call this one. I'm going to bet on my guys. I'm not a big gamer myself. I can't sit still that long. But I will tell you one thing. If you guys play for any length of time, don't play with Ryan Kesler. He might be the grumpiest, most miserable bastard I've ever met in my life. He's always whining about everything. The coffee's not hot enough. The weather's not good enough. So he'll ruin the whole day for you, even if he's a pretty good player, which I bet he is, because he's a pretty good athlete. So you guys have fun. It's a great cause for charity. We're glad you're doing it. Best of luck. See you guys.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well, he wanted me to be grumpy. If I was smiling at all, he'd be like, no, you're not going to play good tonight. Where's that frown? I'm like, oh, all right.
Good to know that Berkey thinks highly of you.
Oh, yeah. He's a great man. I love that guy.
Little hockey trivia from Berkey here, Czar. Is it true? Are you the only ever player from Staten Island to play in the NHL?
No, there's Kevin LeBanc, who is in San Jose. He's from Staten Island. Well, he was born in Brooklyn, but he lives in Staten Island. So,
as like an American kid, was Kesler a guy that you looked up to? Like you can say no if you. I think he can take it. But was he like an American guy that a lot of the younger guys looked up to?
I think so. Like, just the way he played like a prick. And
Are we talking about me? I didn't even hear the question.
Yeah.
I heard played like a prick, and I'm like, oh, they got to be talking about me.
Hey, I was trying to pump your tires and say that you were a
thanks.
mentor for these young. Jeez.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear the question. I was focusing.
I know Berkey tore you apart, but I'm trying to play devil's advocate here for you.
Kes, were you always playing under guys' skin like that, or was that something you developed over time?
I just hated to lose, and I think we all know I had some skill, but I wasn't the most skilled guy by any means. So I thought I always played my best when I just made the other guy hate me. And that's how I got up for every game is just looking across from the person across from me and just figuring out how to hate them.
Was there anyone that got under your skin? Like, was there anyone that did to you what you do to them half the time?
I think everybody has the same answer. Marchant.
Okay, yeah.
He does a lot of out there that bothers me, but.
So, is that a guy that you'd still grab a beer with? Is it just on the ice hate or off the ice as well?
I mean, I met him at the All-Star game, and yeah, he's way different. I'm just like most of the guys, right? They're all good dudes.
yeah.
So, he is actually a good dude, and he plays that way. I think the same reason why I played that way is I'm pretty soft-spoken off the ice, but on the ice, I don't know what it is. I amp myself up to have people hate me.
I gotta say, as a media guy, you were always an intimidating guy to interview.
Well, that's because I had a guard up. I mean, in Vancouver, you say the wrong thing, and
true. Yep.
It's turned 15 different ways. So I was always kind of a yes/no kind of guy, and then started to get comfortable, said a couple wrong things. So It's not that I
then,
hated
yeah.
you guys. It was just.
No, you can.
There we go.
Wow.
There we
Wow.
go. There we go. Getting fancy on me. How the hell do you pull off that move?
It's out of your skill
I
range,
need
Kes.
Oh, come on.
Canner.
Wow.
Handles the puck. There's the goal.
That is a
That's a
late goal.
dagger.
That hurts.
Ay, ay, ay.
Gansey.
Well, Zach, now you've eliminated 2 guys that we've wanted to move on in this competition, so great work.
Sorry to bring down the ratings, fellas.
Well, Kes, that's it. Any final words to any Sportsnet fans?
I appreciate it, guys. It was fun. Didn't think I'd do this well, but it's good to know I can still game a bit.
Ryan, Zach, that was a great matchup. Thanks for stopping by. And for everyone watching, don't go anywhere because coming up, we have another great matchup as James Cybulski goes up against Zach Werenski.
The Sportsnet Bracket Challenge is played on EA Sports NHL 20. Stay safe and play together.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Sportsnet Bracket Challenge, powered by EA Sports NHL 20. In our first game of the quarterfinal matchup, we saw Zach Aston-Reese take down Ryan Kesler, Sean, and now we got another big one on our hands.
Yeah, we got Zach Werenski going up against James Cybulski. I'd like to take this time now to tell James Cybulski that everyone is very disappointed in you. You knocked out
They hate your
Yossi, a premier name in this league. So what's going to happen here is if you even get up by 1 goal, you're going to have to pull your goalie. Basically, you're not going to win this game even if you try your best. So, Zach, congratulations on your early win. Seaball, you might as well just not even bother. You're losing this one no matter what.
It's funny. I knew I was doomed when I got an email after pulling off the shock and awe campaign, knocking off Roman, when the big boss from head office sent an email the next day saying, "Hey, congrats and thanks very much for eliminating the biggest star of the tournament."
Yeah.
Like thanks.
Yeah, well, you're
Thanks.
playing against another one, so don't mess this one up. And last game you played against Roman with the Coyotes because that was the playoff matchup that we're going to see when real hockey gets back. And in this one, you're going to play as the Maple Leafs as they're set to take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. So this should be interesting.
And Paul, just a quick reminder to everyone that this is for fun, but there's some big bucks on the line courtesy of Sportsnet, EA Sports, Sony, Midas, and Skip the Dish. As a combined $50,000 will be given to charity. The winner gets to donate $10,000 to the charity of their choice. For media guys like me and Seaball, that's 10 years salary. For Biz and Zach, the hockey players, that's what you find in couch cushions, but it's a great donation no matter what. Let's just remind everyone who you guys are donating to. Zach, remind us what your charity of choice is.
Yeah, the charity I picked is the Columbus Blue Jacket Foundation. Like I said last time, just being from Columbus playing in Columbus the last 4 seasons, it really feels like home. And I think that charity and that foundation does great work in the city. And I'm excited to hopefully give them a decent amount of money if I can win this thing.
James?
It's all about the Delta Hospital Foundation for me. It is our neighborhood hospital in our community here in Delta, British Columbia, and with 4 little girls in the house, there's bumps and bruises. I mean, whether it's a scratched cornea, whether it's broken collarbones from playing soccer, we tend to visit it often and several times over. They're almost at a first-name basis for us there, so we'd like to give back to the hospital in our community. So it's the Delta Hospital Foundation.
Or bleeding ears from your dad jokes.
What do you mean, Biz? Come on. They're all gold.
Who's Hungry? Brought to you by Skip the Dishes. Get your game day feast delivered to your door. You deserve great delivery.
Well, of course, some of that money coming from Skip the Dishes. So, guys, you're ordering Skip the Dishes prior to a heated NHL 20 game. What are you going to order? What's the go-to?
Usually it would be some sort of pasta or chicken or whatnot, but it's today I just had some eggs, kept it light, and hopefully I can focus in on this one.
Pop-Tarts.
Usually it'd be Pop-Tarts this time of year, but we got to play it a little bit.
That's true.
You know, I didn't want to really break with tradition considering how successful the poutine was for me in slaying the Roman Empire and Roman Yossi. But, you know, with the time difference out here, it was a wonderful leftover Father's Day breakfast. So pancakes, bacon, whipped cream, maple syrup, carbs, and grease. Let's do it!
Okay, lube up those joints.
Halfway through the second, we're just not going to hear from Seaball. He's going to be out cold.
Happy Father's Day, by the way, Seaball.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate
That's awesome,
that.
yeah.
Thank you. Now, belated Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there who are probably gaming with their kids right now.
Every time you come on to play this, it's a humble brag. Last time was your daughter's birthday. Now it's Father's Day. We get it. You had sex. You have a family.
That ain't making the cut.
Like, we get it, Seaball.
Yeah.
I might be also a poster boy for inspiring people to get vasectomies, too. You never know.
Hey, you're doing it all.
Yeah.
Biz, there's got to be an endorsement deal for that, right?
You know what? I could probably get you a swipe up.
Hey, if somebody gets a vasectomy with a Biz swipe up 20% off, I would not trust it.
I don't think you want to be getting discount codes on those, though.
Hey, Zach, do you have a good vasectomy story?
No, I got nothing for you.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah. We should talk to him about the matchup coming up against the Leafs, though. You know, what have you guys been preparing at all? Are you guys doing Zoom calls to go over video?
No Zoom calls. You know, Torts is pretty old school, so I'm sure he has a plan in place for when we get to training camp. But yeah, you know, you can't really. I don't really think we know what to expect after this break and everything going on. So I think the main focus for us going into training camp is to get in shape as quick as we can, go over our systems and how we have to play. And then I'm sure once we get to our hub city, we'll start focusing on Toronto more. But it's been such a weird year with taking these last couple months off. Now we're playing, you know, playoff hockey right away. So I think it sounds like our main focus getting to training camp would just be getting in shape, getting ready to go, and then I'm sure we'll watch Toronto tendencies once we get a little closer to game time.
Is it kind of exciting and cool to be going up against a team in the playoffs that you never really expect to be going up against? I know Leaf fans are kind of excited that maybe they avoid Boston or Tampa right away, but do you get kind of excited to go up against maybe a different opponent than you've seen in the
Yeah,
past?
it's going to be awesome. You know, I've been talking to Matthews quite a bit because me and him are good buddies, and you know, the only real way we could play them is if one of us was a first seed and the other one's a wild card. So it's kind of unlikely. So this is just a fun way to play against them, play a best of 5. And everyone in the world wants to watch the Toronto Maple Leafs with the star power they have. So even though there won't be fans there, I think just knowing how many people are watching the game, it's going to be a lot of fun for us. Hopefully it's a lot of fun for them as well. But, you know, it's playoff hockey at that point. So we're excited to play. And playing against Toronto will definitely be a lot of fun.
Now, is it even possible to get Matthews off his game? Because I get the chance to see him so much, and he never seems like he doesn't get into scrums. He doesn't seem to chirp too much. He always seems pretty even-headed.
Yeah, that's how he's always been, and I think that's what makes him so good. Nothing really bothers him. You know, he knows when he's going over the boards. He's going out there for a reason, and you know, I think he had 47 goals this year, which is insane.
Yeah.
He was, you know, on pace for his first 50-goal season, but there's no real way to, you know, to get in his head, but. We gotta try our best to shut him down when he's out there for sure.
Seaball, isn't it illegal to not do yoga out on the West Coast?
Yes, essentially. At this age, I should definitely be doing more than I have done in my lifetime. It's funny, though, isn't flexibility everything? Like, Sidney Crosby was kind of the OG. Damn. Sid was kind of the OG. Biz, you would have played with Crosby. Like, he was all about core strength, right?
He was a lot about mobility. He wasn't big on weights. He didn't like feeling sore, so he would do a lot of plyometrics. I mean, his trainer, Andy O'Brien, and Zach, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but I mean, their warm-ups to begin their workout would be, you know, 45 minutes to an hour. And I've talked to guys who have trained with Sid before, and they're like, after the warm-up, I was gassed. I'm like, okay, great workout, guys. Let's go grab some food here. And no, that was just the beginning. So I think that him and a certain group of guys, definitely with that Andy O'Brien crew, who's some guys in Toronto as well, Gary Roberts. I think those guys are the innovators in changing the way that hockey players train for sure, or some of the. Now,
this is ugly, C-ball. This is bad.
James,
this is what you wanted, eh, Mackenzie? This is what you wanted, Biz.
Our bosses right now are fist pumping. They're loving this.
bring us through that first game against Tampa, though. So you guys went down, I believe, 2-0 in the first period, correct?
I think it was 3-0.
3-0. And then didn't they hit a post or a crossbar early in that second period, and then you guys ended up answering back? But Torts said something between in the first intermission that really got you guys going, didn't he?
You belong here. Understand that. You belong here. That's the biggest thing we have to understand here, is that we belong here.
Columbus gets the puck near the boards. Here he is in front. He scores!
He gave that speech right before the game.
It's a bloodbath.
Like to report an assault.
What did he say, Zach?
He was pretty much just, telling us to stand right in there. They have 62 wins, but it's playoff hockey, and anything can happen, and we're a good hockey team. And I think from the second we got off the plane in Tampa 2 days before the first game, I think how we prepared, the video we watched, to me, and I might be a little biased, I don't think that was a fluke that we won that series. I just think we were prepared. I think Torts prepared us, to the best of his ability. I think guys knew how we had to play. We knew they were the best offensive team in the league, so we stayed above the puck. We had high of three. We played a defensive-minded game and tried to capitalize on mistakes, and obviously it worked for us. But that first game, they go up 3-0. Bob, the post player talking about is Bobrovsky. His save was unbelievable. They had like a 2-on-0 net front. Kucherov, Stamkos, back door, and I think he threw his stick out there or something. Made some crazy save. We scored to make it 3-1, and then going into the third period down 2, we scored 3 goals and found a way. And from that point on, I think we just felt like we were in the driver's seat. But like I said, I feel like I don't think it was maybe it was a fluke that we swept them, but I don't think it was that we beat them. I feel like we were just ready to go.
Damn, I'm getting goosebumps talking about this. I want to strap them up now.
I think it's obviously one of the best offensive teams in the league, with the guys they have, the plays they make. I think during the regular season they beat us all 3 times, and they outscored us 20-3. It was absurd. We got lit up every time we played them.
Kind of like this game?
Yeah. It's
oh, hey.
Drives into the front of the net.
Oh, C-ball, go home. I'm sorry, man. You got to pack up the gear.
I'm doing what you asked, okay, Mackenzie? I'm doing what was asked of me.
You brought shame to your. I said lose. Don't bring shame to your whole family.
Oh.
What?
I've been told I'm sleeping on the couch tonight.
Oh, what a beauty.
Wow.
The Forsberg.
He is just toying with you, C-ball.
Zach, who were the defensemen that you looked up to when you were growing up?
Nick Lidstrom. I was fortunate living in Detroit growing up, getting to watch the Red Wings. That's when they won the Cup in 97, 98. It was when I was just born, and then 2002 and 2008 again. So I got to watch some pretty stacked teams with Datsuk, Zetterberg, Lidstrom. So I was fortunate with the hockey I got to watch growing up.
Those are some.
Yeah, those teams were okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, 10 Hall of Fame, that 2002 team. I think there was 10 Hall of Famers on that
Shanny
team.
was there. Hall.
Another
one. 7.
Freddie,
Touchdown.
come on, Freddie.
I don't think James will be the voice of it anymore after this.
Shame. This is like that scene from Game of Thrones. Was just shame. Shame.
C-ball, you kept your Sportsnet job, but EA's letting you go.
You embarrassed us, man. We want no part of this. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a bad connection here.
Beat it.
You should go into hibernation for a week, C-ball. Just shut it down.
Another month?
Yeah, just go away for a couple months.
Come back in 2021.
This key moment is brought to you by PlayStation, the best place to play.
That is a late goal. That hurts.
Ay, ay, ay.
Well, that was your Sony key moment of the game. The insurance marker for Zach Aston-Reese as he digs down Ryan Kesler. And in the other quarter, it was an embarrassing display from James Cybulski. He gets dummied by Zach Werenski. C-ball, you brought shame on your family, but good job. The bosses are happy. You will likely keep your job.
Well, there you go. Zach Aston-Reese and Zach Werenski will move on to the semifinals, and we're looking forward to the next two matchups to see who will be taking on who in the other semis. So thank you for the Sportsnet Bracket Challenge powered by EA Sports NHL 20. That's all for now.